That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Monday.
Christopher, what do you have over there, sir? Go
hey
for
guys,
it, please.
how's it going? Everybody
I'm great.
dry?
We're great.
Hey, Chris.
We're great.
We survived, man.
No earthquake
The
today.
hurricane.
No hurricanes today.
Earthquake was nuts.
What do you got?
The
Okay.
earth came.
Here's the deal. I watched some of the Seahawks game over the weekend. I'm actually kind of feeling what Peter King said. Jaxon Smith-Njigba. He's going to lead all rookies in receiving yards this year.
I don't think that's an overreaction. I mean, if you're going to have me...
Problem is he's third on the depth chart.
I mean, the
all.
overreaction would be that Jaxon Smith-Njigba, would finish top 10 in the for all wide receivers this year in certain categories. I mean, the benchmark is Olave's 1,000 yards last year, or Garrett Wilson's records from last year that had him be the offensive rookie of the year. That's what it is. Certainly, I'll say it. Wide receivers from The Ohio State University keep setting the bar.
Yeah, they do.
And then this one will be set, and we're all expecting Marvin Harrison Jr. to take the bar and just break it in half when he comes in. So, I see what I see in the NFL. And obviously, let's see if Michael Thomas. Now, the one overreaction is that he will lead all of the Ohio State receivers that I just mentioned in touchdowns or receiving yards or whatever. Now, that's the overreaction. But him leading all rookies, he was the first one off the board in the draft. Remember, it was a long time since we saw a receiver come off the board. So I'll say that's not an overreaction.
Jordan Addison, Quentin.
No, I know, and they all went in a row. Zay Flowers, I understand. I get it.
I got a feeling about Jordan Addison. I've said that over and over.
Yeah, you like Jordan Addison.
Well, he's going to get the opportunities because everyone's going to be on the other side of the field making sure Justin Jefferson doesn't
Plus,
do
I'm
anything.
a little biased. He went to Pitt and he sat in that chair next to you. So,
Understood. Chris, what else you got over there?
I was also watching the Broncos over the weekend. You see who's back? Javonte Williams back.
Baby.
Sean Payton said he's 100%. He caught 4 balls. He rushed it a few times. I'm going to say Javonte Williams, rush for 1,000 yards, comeback player of the year.
Oh, well, I can't sit here and know off the top of my head who else would be a comeback player of the year candidate that's in a position to do it.
Well, there's no rules anymore because
I know because Gino came back from lack of opportunities.
So.
You know what? I'm not going to sit here and say he can't. I'll say why not. We'll see what he can do. If he's in the Kamara role, is that what we're saying? Which means he's going to be terrific and then have somebody else take the touchdowns. So,
wow. And then
don't forget,
I
taught Sean Payton.
He'll complain.
I taught Sean Payton the term vulturing on this program.
True story.
Because I had Alvin Kamara and it was Mark Ingram that kept scoring all the touchdowns. And I taught him, will you stop having my guy's touchdowns vultured? And his response after hanging the phone up was to send me a photograph of a vulture. So I pushed back on I noticed you didn't say touchdowns. 1,000 yards. Comeback player of the season. So I'll just say, why not? That's feasible.
Total. Yeah. Who knows?
What else you got?
You know who's balling right now? The Pittsburgh Steelers are balling right now, guys. And there's some weird stuff going on with Cincinnati. We don't know when Joe Burrow's back. New offense in Baltimore, Cleveland, shrug emoji. Steelers, most complete team in the AFC North, will win the division. In Tomlin, we trust.
This is not an overreaction. This is not an overreaction. This is entirely possible. And anybody that says that's not possible, that Pickett can't make the leap, and Pickens can't make the leap, and that Najee Harris can't do what we've seen him do, and the defense, if TJ Watt stays healthy, good Lord, you can't sit here and say the Steelers have no shot to win this division.
Well, the desert has them 4th out of out of 4 teams.
I get it. And I understand why you would put the Bengals and the Ravens in front of the Steelers. The Browns still have to show me. They got to show it to me as well. So the Steelers finished strong. The Steelers have a dynamite coach. You can't say that's an overreaction at all. It's entirely possible as we're sitting here 20 days before the Steelers open the season against the 49ers. What a
Stay by
great
your
week
phone,
one
man. I
game
may
that is.
need you.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Chris, you're saying that they are predicted to finish fourth in the North right now? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
According to the betting odds.
Let me tell you what's not going to happen.
That? Okay, so then who does? Again, if you take one out, you got to put one in.
Not the Steelers.
What, the Browns?
I mean,
You're not going to have the Ravens finish last, are you?
how long is
They're
Joe
gonna win
Burrow?
their-
How
they're
long is
gonna-
Joe Burrow out?
They're going to win their 25th consecutive preseason game tonight, right?
Not according to one of the Washington linemen.
Oh, really?
It said it's the stupidest record of all time.
Well,
And yet,
it's still going.
it's still going.
It'll never be broken.
Oh, definitely. Not.
Well, it's definitely the record nobody cares about the most.
John Harbaugh is probably literally the only person who cares about it.
I don't even think he does.
He might not even care.
Deep down. What do you think? He's going to go for broke tonight? What else, Chris? What else you got over there?
Probably. I mean, should we moneyline that tonight?
Oh, my God.
You know who else looked awesome? Bijan Robinson. Is that how we say his name?
Bijan.
Bijan.
According to Mama Robinson, it's
Bijan.
He looked
Not
amazing.
Bijan,
Guess
like
what?
mustard.
He doesn't care, though.
Okay.
But his mom says it's Bijan.
Well, I'm sure his marketing,
marketing
representatives
people.
call it Bijan
Bijan
because
like Bijan.
that's where
Yeah.
we're going to get some mustard out of
He's
this
like
thing.
me and don't like mustard. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Eric Dickerson in 1983. Edrin James in 1999. Saquon Barkley in 2018. What do those three guys have in common? Rookie running backs with 2,000 scrimmage yards. Bijan will be the fourth.
Now, I'll push back on this and say no, because there is more weaponry than him.
Yeah, but if he's so awesome, then guess who's not getting the ball?
Anyone else?
The other guys.
Okay. I'll just say that's an overreaction just out of the mere fact that we haven't seen it too often. And, we'll need to see it. I can't put anything past him. I can't say it's impossible.
Right.
But I'll just pull a what's more likely in our Overreaction Monday and finally push back on you. What else, Chris?
But Chris, it would be like Algier and Cordero, like we texted. That
Well,
would mean
there's
they
Drake
get
London, Kyle Pitts,
they get
and
no run whatsoever.
So, what else, Chris?
When a guy's that good, you just give him the ball.
I know.
right? I mean,
Well,
that's
just
usually
because
how that works.
you must have him in multiple fantasy
Well, we
leagues.
do. That is true.
Well, we have him in the best ball league. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, Chris,
Try
you
to
see that
speak into
picture of
existence.
Bijan we popped up there? He looks like Buff Bagwell in that picture.
He's the man. He's going to be amazing this year. You know who's not going to be amazing this year?
Oh, my
Sorry
gosh.
to say.
Oh, God, who?
Well, you wanted pushback, so I'm going to give you something to push back on. The Carolina Panthers are going to really struggle this year. They're going to be back in the top 5 of the 2024 NFL
I will push back on that, sir.
because they don't look good.
Okay. So what?
Have you been watching the games?
I know their O-line does not look good. That's for sure.
I get it.
Okay.
I'll say that's an overreaction.
Okay, great.
I'm not going to sit here and say that they're top 5 in the draft. The reason why they were top 5 in the draft last year is because they traded into it, Chris.
Right. And now they're going to earn
They're
that
going to
spot.
earn their spot.
Yeah, they're going to earn the top 5
I'll say
spot
no.
this year.
I like their coach. I think Bryce Young is going to struggle like every other rookie, but might perform very well.
He might get his
I
butt
like
kicked,
Miles Sanders. Don't forget, Thielen we're hooked on Thielen there as well.
Feeling you.
Man, they have one of the
Fucking
best
Thielen.
pass rushers in the National Football League in Brian Burns. They're not. They
Can he play left tackle?
I got it. What else, Chris? What
Look,
else you got?
Panthers fans should feel good because last year I said the Seahawks were going to be in the top 5. So it's fine. All right, last one. With Perry at an all-time high, no division in the NFL will have more than 2 playoff teams.
No division will have more than 2 playoff teams. So last year we saw the NFC East have 3.
That's right.
How often have we seen 3 playoff teams? You don't have the stats, do you?
I don't have the stats, but what I'm saying is that Dolphins, Bills.
It's possible that it's happened
Dolphins, Bills,
the
Jets.
first 2 years of the 7,
Okay?
right?
Steelers, Ravens,
7
Browns, Bengals.
7 teams make it.
I'm saying only 2 per division this year. So that means one of Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. 2 of those don't make it. 2 of the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets don't make it.
Okay.
TJ thought all 4 North teams could make it. Guess what? Only 2.
I'll push back, say that's an overreaction, and let's see how it goes.
You want to call your division?
That has the 3?
Yeah.
AFC East.
I mean, I laugh, but that's
Laugh
not,
off?
I laugh, but
Excuse me?
that's not a bad pick, actually. It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I think one comes from the South. Potentially, how about this? How about one comes from the West? The AFC West.
Just one?
That's spicy. That's hot. That's a hot take.
It is. I'm just giving you a scenario.
And
2 comes from the north, or 1 comes from the north, and 2 comes from the west, 3 comes from the east, and 1 comes from the south.
1 from the north would be pretty surprising.
All right, so 2 from the north.
No,
2 from the west.
You're calling your shot.
All right, I don't know.
I'm saying no. I'm saying we're gonna. It's everyone's gonna be 9-8, 10-7, 2, no more than 2.
Or 1 comes from the 2 comes from the NFC West. 1 comes from the north from the NFC. 3 comes from the east. Okay, I'll just push back. You asked for what? I don't have the numbers in front of me. I gave you my first blush reaction. Say that's an overreaction. But it's fascinating. I can't wait. This is going to actually start playing out. Good stuff. Overreaction Monday will come to you in podcast form starting. I don't know where we're going to start. Maybe we're going to start next week.
I think we were going to do some.
I don't know. We're spitballing?
We're going to do some.
I got to call up our friends at Cumulus.
Season long.
You think we'll start? Okay. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do.
Predictions.
I'm not going to announce it here, but the bottom line is you should go find Overreaction Monday where you get all your podcasts and hit the subscribe button, and then What the Football every Tuesday with Susie and Amy Trask. Where you get all your podcasts.
Yeah, that was close.
I was like,
What the Football is what it's called.
Every time.
What the Football.
So that's the official name. Didn't they have a different name originally? Something about
I
ice
don't know what
cream?
you're talking about. What the Football. That's what it's called. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.